What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Amusement Media. We are here at King's Dominion for the first time ever, and Pantherian, the Giga Coaster, also known as I-305, just reopened like 4 days ago. So we're gonna be showing you guys that and checking out all the rides here. I mean, being here already is just kind of crazy. Kings Island is my home park. I work there, so it's kind of weird to be here and see the Eiffel Tower and International Street, but it's a different park. So I'm really excited for this park. They have so many great coasters, so let's go check it out. I also really like how their International Street has all these trees. I think this looks really pretty. I honestly probably prefer it to Kings Island's. And Kings Dominion opened in 1975, so it is their 50th anniversary this year, which is a nice little added bonus for our trip. But yeah, this is really pretty, and like the foliage here just looks great. So far, this is awesome. They do have Twisted Timbers, which is a Rocky Mountain Construction hybrid coaster. I'm really excited for that. And then obviously Pantherian, aka I-305. That's the last Giga coaster in the United States that I need to ride. So I'm really excited for that. It looks really good, and I've heard it's one of the most intense coasters in the world. So we'll be showing you that, as well as Reptilian, the new for 2025 launched wing coaster. I think we're headed to that first, so let's go in there and check it out. It's the iconic mushrooms. They're not singing right now. Maybe we'll get a clip of that later, but it's pretty cool to finally see that in person. I mean, I've seen videos about this park for so many years. So to be here is actually so crazy. And I love how this park is just kind of in the woods. This is so cool. All right, we're heading into Jungle Expedition. This area is pretty new to the park. And it is a decent size of the park. Like half the rides are over here. But I've heard good things about it, so I'm excited to check it out. I mean, already this looks kind of cool. I don't know how well you can hear it, but there's kind of like ambient sounds. There's some like drums and some like jungle noises, so it's pretty cool. I like this. Personally, I kind of like when parks have more theming and ambient sounds over just like the US like top hits. So I think this is cool. It almost has more like Disney feel to it because of that. Also, I don't know how you can see it, but just the presentation of this area is awesome. It looks great. Here is Tumbili. That's actually the first smaller 40 free spin I've ever ridden. I've only ever ridden the big model. And here's the new for 2025 launch wing coaster Reptilian. All right, heading in. I mean, this station looks awesome. Let's check this out. I've heard this ride is a little rattly, so I'm not expecting it to be too great, but I do think it'll be fun. Never mind, Reptilian is closed. We might go do, what is it called? Reptilian, the bobsled, and then Tumbili. All right, we're checking out Reptilian. This is a bobsled coaster, and the only other one I've ridden is Flying Turns at Knoebel, so I'm excited to see how this compares. Once again, this park just like looks really nice. We were at Six Flags America yesterday. This video will probably be posted before that one. But being at Six Flags America before this just makes this feel even more nice. But Six Flags America was a bit of a nice looking park. The coasters there just were a little cooked, so. There's some theming in here. Front of the car is pretty cool.
Excellent. And out of here, it's just there. So hold on tight and enjoy your ride. Go back.
All right, we just got off of Reptilian. That was kind of cool. I think Flying Turns is probably a little better. This one was a little bit bumpier, but it was a fun little ride. It was definitely unique, and you can really feel that you're like not attached to a track. Like you're moving around on there, so it's pretty cool. And Reptilian is now open, so let's go check out that wing coaster. And this is just in the exit. This is pretty sick. Oh, yeah, there's more iron quasies. Okay, so we're gonna do Tumbili first. It turns out Reptilian isn't open, even though we saw people on it, so I'm a little confused about that. But yeah, this 40 free spin looks pretty nice. I mean, the supports being bamboo painted is awesome. Like, good on Kings Dominion for that. And once again, some good theming here. This is pretty sick. The Q rails just turn their hands orange. Oh, that sucks. Look like Donald Trump. There is some theming here. I think Tumbili is themed like the Temple of the Monkey or something. Not entirely sure. I'll read some of it, but I honestly really like the theming so far here. It's already like one of the best themed rides I've ever seen at a Cedar Fair Six Flags park, so looks sick. All right, so we're walking out of Tumbili. This is pretty cool. It's just in the exit. And I do think it was the smaller model. I kind of like those rides, actually. I like the flips. So since it was smaller, I probably don't like that as much as rides like Joker at some of the Six Flags parks that have more. Ian and I only got 2 flips, but it was pretty chill. And if you've never ridden one of those, the seats flip independently. So like you're going up and down the hills and your seat is spinning while you're doing it. So yeah, it's pretty cool. And you can see Reptilian has people on it, but they said it's closed. So maybe it's open for like a private event or something. I'm not sure. Never mind. People are going in now. So I think we're gonna go get on it. And well, you were a little scared there on Tumbili. You have fun?
Not scared.
You weren't scared?
It was alright.
All right, time for Reptilian. Let's do this. And it turns out this isn't the station. I think this is just part of the queue. The station's actually down in there, so. But yeah, this is awesome. Look at all this theming. queue looks super nice, but there's a decent little line here, so we're gonna get on this and then hopefully go check out Flight of Fear and Pantherian over there. Looks sick. And the theme of this ride, and I think this whole area, is that it's like a dig site. Looks pretty awesome. I mean, on the launch there's some theming right over here. Yeah, but there's literally no shade in this queue, so if it was a little bit of a hotter day, this would probably be brutal. Yeah, you can see all this dig site stuff. I mean, definitely cool. And this did replace the iconic Volcano the Blast coaster. I mean, this isn't quite as cool as Volcano was, but it's definitely still cool. And other than X-Flight, I have ridden all the other B&M wing coasters in the United States, and I'm kind of excited to see how this compares to them. I'm kind of expecting it to be the worst one, especially because I have heard it's a little rattly, but we'll see. This is pretty cool. All right, so we got the left side. We're going under the station. This looks pretty sick. I feel like I'm in like Temple Run or something.
Diddy's tunnel.
What?
It looks like Diddy's tunnel.
And this station looks really sick, actually. Great on Kings Dominion for that. The roof's a little weird, but that looks awesome. Now, unlike Thunderbird at Holiday World, this is a rolling launch. So it doesn't stop or anything. It's just gonna roll out there and then launch in a couple seconds. There it is. We just got over Raptera. First thoughts, that was actually really fun. It's a little bouncy. I was in the second back row on that wing seat, which I've heard is one of the roughest seats, and he was on the back wing, and
That wasn't bad at all.
I didn't think it was that bad. It doesn't feel like a new coaster. It bounces a little bit, but it's not rough. Like, that was not uncomfortable.
If I have to be honest, I only felt the bounce on the launch, and it's not uncomfortable.
Right. The launch is the roughest part of the ride, and it's just a little bouncy. Will,
I heard from a few people, Jesse Luffy, it was not rough at all.
no, yeah.
You liar. I think the launch, when it shakes a little bit, is theming for the temple.
Oh, yeah,
like
for
an
sure.
earthquake, you know? 6-7.
What? We're flying to Philadelphia.
Oh, hell no!
That's
Oh, hell no!
No, and our friend Big Mike said that was one of the roughest rides he's ever ridden, and it was not that bad. Like, it's really not that bad. We are in the gift shop. We got some Pantherian shirts. Pretty cool. Some Raptera merch. And they do have nano coasters.
You getting Pantherian?
Oh, that's pretty cool. And they do have some Kings Dominion 50th merch here. Might have to get one of those. No, yeah, but I think I like that more than Wild Eagle and some of the B&M inverts. Like, that's actually a pretty good ride. It's fun. And this part right here where you get like down towards the path is pretty cool. Like, you get down here and get some interactions with the path. All right, about to go ride Flight of Fear and then Pantherian. We got to hydrate before Pantherian because it's so intense. Go into the bathroom real quick before Pantherian. You can see some of these posters. These are pretty sick. See the whole Jungle X area. Tumbili, Reptilian. Got a nice water feature over here. And then we're heading back to this plaza that has Flight of Fear and Pantherian. That looks so sick. But Flight of Fear here has like a nice color on the outside. They repainted it this year and it looks sick. It's an awesome view of Raptera right here. Oh, that thing looks so awesome. I'm actually so excited. But we're gonna do Flight of Fear. Oh, never mind, it's closed. All right, let's go do Pantherian then. All right, so this did used to have the Intimidator 305 sign right here, but there's some Panthers on there now. Some jungle theming, looks pretty cool. And walking into this plaza is so surreal for the first time. I'm so excited. Now they do still have the checkered pavers. This is, because this was themed like a NASCAR area. It was themed to Dale Earnhardt. And then they lost the rights to that, I think it was last year or 2 years ago. And so now it's rethemed to Pantherian, which a lot of people have been hating on that name, but I honestly like it. I think it's a cool name. And this coaster is known for making people gray out, sometimes even black out. It's supposed to be one of the most intense coasters in the world, so I'm super hyped to ride this. And And there's literally no wait, which is really nice. We're gonna hopefully get a back row ride. You can see that new head of the train. I think that looks kind of cool. The mouth is a little goofy, and you can definitely tell it did used to be the car on the Zero car. Like you said, the headlights turn to the eyes. But I think it's kind of cool. And it did used to have the gentleman start your engines at the start. There's a new sound now, so here's that.
Goodbye. If you're returning, that's not been checked. Please put your hands up, feet flat, hands up, feet flat. Just don't check your returning.
All right, we just got off of our first rides on Pantherian. We rode it 3 times without leaving the station because there were some empty rows and we just stayed on. That is so awesome. I don't know exactly where it would go in my rankings right now. It's definitely in my top 10 though. I don't know if I like it more than Fury or not. I think it's pretty close to Fury. It definitely has like a little less airtime than Fury, but that one giant big airtime hill, like that first Camelback, had some really good airtime, and I definitely did gray out on it. That first turn, it wasn't like a super intense gray, like it wasn't as extreme as I thought it would be, which I think it might warm up later in the day, but you definitely start to lose your vision. Like I would always be blinking, like you couldn't see fully. So that was really cool. It has really snappy turns. It's pretty awesome. And it just looks so sick as well. It's such a cool looking ride. Right here in the gift shop is the lockers. You can't bring any like bags or anything in here, so you do have to put them in lockers. All right, we're gonna go get the rest of the credits and then come back to that later. But what'd you think of that one?
It was fire. Better than Fury.
You think so?
I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know if I like it better than Fury. It's definitely close, but I can't decide right now. I love Fury, so got that Fury shirt on. What'd you think, Ian?
It's very good. Actually, I'm kind of surprised because it wasn't as intense as I thought.
Yeah, I thought it'd be more intense, honestly.
Really close to blacking out. But like,
Yeah, it definitely, like, we definitely did not black out or anything like that. Oh, Flight of Fear's open. We go do
it's
that.
still like really intense though.
Oh yeah, it's definitely like, it's probably the most intense coaster I've ever ridden. And if you don't like graying out, you're not gonna like that. So.
I'm low-key glad they changed the theme because that's so much cooler.
Oh yeah, I love the Pantherian theme. I think that's awesome. All right, we're coming up on Flight of Fear. This one is a little rethemed on the outside, but I've heard the inside is pretty similar. But yeah, I definitely need some more rides on Pantherian to see where exactly that ranks. And I'm very curious to see if I like that more or Twisted Timbers. This is slightly different than the one at Kings Island. There's like a wall right here. Oh, that scared me so bad. It looks a lot brighter on camera, but in person it's like very dark. Got some colors in the UFO. It's a very short line. The one at Kings Island always has a longer line than this. Yeah, so far I'd probably say the one at Kings Island has a better queue. I think it's a little cooler. All right, this is pretty weird. It's like the exact same as the one at Kings Island, except they don't have the body bags here. You can just see the aliens, which is cool. But the vibes in here are a little different than Kings Island. There's different lights. I feel like the Kings Island station might have a little bit better vibes, but I do like that there's no body bags. All right, let's get this front row ride.
Oh, clear. Sit up straight, hold on tight, and whatever you do, please do not feed the aliens.
All right, we just got off of the front row on Flight of Fear. I actually think that was better than the Kings Island one ride-wise. It was a decent amount smoother, and it was pretty good. The mid-course didn't like fully stop you, so yeah, that was pretty fun. Also, Ian just pointed out that the music in there wasn't working.
Excuse me, I pointed that out.
Okay, I guess Will pointed it out. My bad. But yeah, the music in there didn't work. Like, they don't have music. Like the Kings Island one, there's music playing, but it's kind of not that big of a deal. I didn't even notice it. Yeah, and you can see Pantherian behind me. We're so lucky that opened. It literally opened like 4 or 5 days ago. So we got so lucky with that, and I'm really happy about it. All right, we're about to get on Backlot Stunt Coaster. You can see you got 6 flags of 5. There's a little Skittle sign right there. But yeah, the one at Kings Island got rethemed this year to Queen City Stunt Coaster. Got a Cincinnati theme. And this kind of doesn't fit here in Jungle X. I think it'd be really cool if they add like maybe a Jeep theme or something like that. Make it fit in with the jungle theme. I also noticed they still have the water down here on like the Kings Island one. It looks dirty, but it is kind of cool. Somebody threw up, so they're cleaning it. But this smells so bad. Like there's like algae down in there. It smells kind of like fishy. Also, someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this LIM system is slightly different than Backlot at Kings Island. I'm pretty sure those have the LIMs on the sides. This one has the fins down. If they're the same, I'll correct it and put it on screen. Okay, never mind. Ian says it's the same. Okay, it's the exact same, so I'm wrong. But It's kind of cool. The LIMs are like what launches it. So those fins on the side will go down through here, and then they magnetically pull it down. I don't know if it's magnetic. I'll put that on screen as well, but they pull it down and launch it like that. All right, we just got off a Backlot stunt coaster. I think it was slightly worse than the Kings Island one. There was like a little less theming, but it was basically the exact same ride. So it was pretty chill, pretty fun. It's a good family coaster for sure. If you have younger kids, that's a great ride to get them into coasters. We're in this gift shop in Jungle X, and they have a lot of merch, a lot of Tumbili merch.
That's elite.
Why do they have a nano coaster for a 40 free spin? That's funny. Best ride in the park. Even the trash cans have some theming for the Way Foundation. I mean, this area just looks so awesome. Good on Kings Dominion for this. Like, I love this. I've been saying, like, we haven't ridden all the rides yet, but honestly, this is like right up there for Kings Island for me. Like, this is one of my favorite parks for sure. It is crazy how many of their coasters are in the Jungle X area though. We've been here for like 2.5 hours and we are just now leaving that area. So, but like honestly, it's cool. Like I've been saying, it's a really nice looking area. I'm pretty sure this area is called Candy Apple Grove. It has similar-ish vibes to Coney Mall at Kings Island. I mean, it's not quite as good. Giant intimate drop tower right here. And I do think Racer 75, or used to be called Rebel Yell, but now called Racer 75. I do believe that's up here. And then we got Twisted Timbers and Apple's Apple. I'm so excited for Twisted Timbers. I'm a big RMC fan. I really love RMCs, and I've heard good things about this one, so we're definitely gonna check it out. I feel like the layout of this park is so good. Like, you can get anywhere pretty easily, and the park just looks really nice. The placement of the rides is pretty good. And here is Racer 75. This will be a little bit weird just because, like Flight of Fear, this is very similar to a ride we have at Kings Island, just called the Racer. It's actually obviously based off the Racer at Kings Island, as Kings Island did open first. So, you know, Kings Island's the OG, but I'm excited to see how this is. All right, there's two lines right here.
I don't know where
Will's
I'm
walking
going.
on the other side so we can race. I'm not sure if they are the two sides, but maybe that's like the fast lane. I don't know. All right, so we're doing the blue side first. We're obviously gonna do both sides for the credits. The red side has like nobody over there though. Everybody's coming to this side. Look at that guy over there. It's kind of cool, but on the lift, they kind of alternate like speeding up and slowing down. So like one train will pull ahead and the other train will pull ahead. It's kind of a cool little feature that they have. That was an Ace Coaster landmark right there with that sign. But yeah, we just got off of Racer 75 on our first ride. Ian and I were on the blue side, and the blue side won by a decent amount. It might be because more people were on it. It was like a heavier train, but it kind of looked like the blue side might win most of the time, if not every time. But that ride is definitely a little rough, but it is really fun. There was some good airtime on it, some good floater, and the drop off the turnaround was pretty good. I'd say it's definitely rougher than the one at Kings Island, because the one at Kings Island was retracked recently, but the forces on this low-key might have been better, so I don't know which one I prefer. Also, on the turnaround, you got really cool views of Pantherian, which is similar to Kings Island. Like, you get cool views of Orion, but it was better views of Pantherian than the views of Orion. So you got really cool views of that first airtime hill, the drop. It was awesome. How was the red side, Will?
Kind of, can't lie.
And they are just running one train on both sides. So the line is moving kind of slow, but it's all right. There's like a one train wait. We're walking up to Twisted Timbers. This is an RMC of the old Hurler coaster, which I believe was built by a company called like International Coasters. I've heard exactly what it is. I'll put it on screen, but they only built Hurler here and at Carowinds. So yeah, I got a little distracted there, but this ride plaza looks cool, and it does have a barrel roll down drop, just like Storm Chaser, which is a pretty fun ride. I like that ride a lot, and I've heard good things about this ride. I love RMC, so I'm hyped to get on this. I remember watching this ride get announced live on a live stream in like 2017, and then it opened in 2018. I remember watching the Coaster Studios videos, like all the videos of people getting to ride it, so it's really cool for me to finally get to ride this. This looks pretty cool. Some cool theming. I don't know the exact theming of this, but it looks cool. I like how the rides all around it too. It's the floating tractor over there. It's kind of iconic, pretty funny. And then this does have the same locker system as Steel Vengeance. Makes sense as they both opened in 2018. So you just get a free locker and then everything has to go in there. So your cell phones, your wallets. Yo, wait, did we just get locker 6-7?
The prophecy is true.
All right, you guys gotta go in there, so we'll see you later. All right, we just got off of Twisted Timbers. That was super fun. It's definitely a really good ride. I mean, it's probably one of the weakest RMC iBox coasters that I've ridden because I've ridden a lot of the best ones. But with that being said, it's still an incredible ride. Still probably better than anything at my home park. So it's an awesome ride, great ejector. It feels a lot like Steel Vengeance's second half. It kind of feels like if Steel Vengeance's second half was the whole ride, like that's what this is. That barrel down drop is really good. It's more whippy than the one on Storm Chaser. With that being said, I did think it was not the strongest RMC airtime. I felt some stronger RMC airtime. I'm gonna get some modified footage 1 second, so. But the last RMC I rode was Air Force One, and Air Force One is a lot stronger airtime, is a lot more intense than that. But that is still really fun. The pacing is kind of slow, like it kind of just like goes through each element. It doesn't like feel like it's flying. I think it is one of the like slower paced RMCs, but it still has really good elements. There was an Outer Banks hill that was super fun. The inversions are good, so yeah, it's a great ride. I definitely had a lot of fun on it. And I'm not sure if I enjoy Pantherian more or that. I think I probably like Pantherian a little bit more. That's better for airtime, but the speed and like whip and intensity on Pantherian is just a lot better. All right, we're getting in line for Apple Zapple. This is the Mock Wild Mouse Coaster. Let's do this. But yeah, that ride is probably like just outside my top 10, but it is probably top 15. Actually, it's definitely top 15 for me. It's a great ride. For reference, that was my 166th coaster. All right, Apple Zapple wasn't bad. That was probably the smoothest Mock Wild Mouse I've ever done. And it was the bigger one, so it had a drop. So it was chill, it was fun, but you know, nothing really too special. Luckily, we didn't have to wait long for it, so that was good. And also, I didn't say this earlier, but we got a front and back row ride on Twisted Timbers. I think I liked the front a little more. It was a little bit better. And Ian, he liked Twisted Timbers a little bit more than us. What'd you think?
I liked it a lot. I don't know why. It's just like
he just loves RMC airtime, yeah.
It was really strong. I think it's weird because the front was a lot more strong than the back. Like,
yeah, the front was strong.
Hearing that El Toro, like the El Toro camelbacks are just like that.
Yeah, those El Toro's airtime is way stronger than that. I don't know what people are saying about that.
I mean, in the front, I get it. In the back, not so much. It's like different.
Yeah.
It's pretty sick. But yeah, it's a good ride though.
No, yeah, it's definitely a good ride. Time for the best ride of the day, the toilet. All right, so we're going in to ride Grizzly. There's a store here. Why is Grizzly in the store? It's actually a cool little store. And I guess the entrance is back here. That's kind of funny. It's Grizzly himself. I got a little Grizzly statue. That's pretty cool. And then there's the sign right there. Now, I believe this wooden coaster is actually built by Taft Broadcasting themselves, which is the company that built both Kings Island and Kings Dominion. So that's pretty cool. It's an in-house Woody. This entrance is pretty cool. We're kind of like walking down a path in the woods. Like, I love how in the woods this park is. And also, I was just thinking about this. The 1-2 punch here is insane. Twisted Timbers and Pantherian are amazing coasters. They're both better than most coasters at a lot of parks. So that's a great 1-2 punch. But yeah, this ride used to be really rough and apparently got retracked a year or two ago. And I've heard it's a lot better now, so I'm pretty excited to check this out. All right, we're about to get on Grizzly here. Let's do it. All right, we just got off of Grizzly. This little like theater behind me looks pretty nice. Like, once again, this park is just so pretty. I absolutely love all the trees everywhere. It's one of the prettiest parks I've been to. I really enjoy it. But yeah, Grizzly was actually really great. With that retrack, it was really, really smooth. And there were a lot of good moments of laterals on there. There was some good moments of airtime, and there were some good moments where like you'd go over a hill and get some airtime, and then because of the banking, you'd also get laterals, which is kind of like this one hill on Woodland Run, or some of the hills on Boulder Dash, which I love that ride. So that was actually really good. I'm not sure if I like that more, the Beast at Kings Island. I mean, the Beast has a much better setting, and it is like a longer ride. It has more like aura to it, but that ride probably had better forces than the Beast, so I'm not really sure which one I like more. Got a log flume right there. I mean, nothing too special about it, but just the fact that it's in the woods just makes it look so nice. So yeah, I love this so much. Like, there's very few parks where you're walking around and you're just fully in the woods like this. Bro, you cannot make this up. Like, I'm glazing this park a little bit, but like, that's awesome. All right, we're going up in the Eiffel Tower. This opened with a park, and it was built by Intamin. It, of course, is the same one as the one at Kings Island, our home park. And Will and I, we both work at Orion now, but our first season at Kings Island in 2022, we were on the Eiffel Tower crew, so this is kind of cool for us. And it'll just be really cool to see some views of the park. I'll show you guys some different shots of the different rides, and it should just be fun to go up there. This is definitely a staple of this park, and I would always recommend doing it, especially if it's your first time. And there is Dominator. We will go get on that in a second after this. All right, being up here is super awesome. Oh yeah, Pantherian's open. Awesome, I'll get some footage of that in a second. And since it is a clear day, you can see the Richmond skyline. Let me find it. Wait, is that it right there? Wait, where is the Richmond skyline? Oh, no, it's right there. Wait, where is it? I lost it again. It's right behind, yeah, there it is. Right? Yeah, there it is, right there.
Pow. Wham. Kazap. First try.
Pantherian looks so good. I mean, I know people have been hating on those colors, but I just really like them. Like, I think that looks sick back there. It is really cool, like, how Kings Island's Giga ended up being in the exact same spot next to Flight of Fear. Like, I mean, Orion is, like, right there next to FOF, so it's kind of cool how they both ended up in the same spot. We were just talking about it is kind of weird that the lift has orange support instead of black, but I mean, I kind of like it. I mean, I know you said you don't particularly love it, Ian, but
I just think it would look better with black.
Yeah, I mean, it might look better black, but it also, like, kind of looks cool. Click down and see the fountain. Pretty cool. It's definitely not as blue at the one at Kings Island. I think Kings Island has just like blue paint on the bottom, but I love all the trees on this international street.
Welcome, we're currently on the Eiffel Tower at Kings Dominion, and as you can see, it's a great park. But more importantly, if you look out there, we see industrialization.
Yes.
We need more.
More factories.
More factories, more Walmart.
Get rid of all these trees. More factories. All right, so all the views are really pretty from up here. And then you just kind of come over here and see this backstage area. It's kind of cooked.
Hey, but do you see that?
Wait, what?
Well, Richmond's packed right now. There's like traffic everywhere.
Yeah, bro, it's packed. Let's get all wet. So all video I've been talking about how many trees are in this park. I mean, there's midways under here and you can't even see it. Like at a park like Kings Island, you can just see everything in the Eiffel Tower, but like there's just midways and stuff down in there and you can't. I also don't know if I pointed this out earlier, but the backlot is painted like a lighter gray here. The one at Kings Island is like a jet black, so it's a little different. Kind of looks cool.
Same at all. It's the exact same.
All right, before we go ride Dominator and the Kiddie coasters, we're getting Firehouse Barbecue. Looks pretty good, and they got some indoor seating, and it's themed in here too. Like, I just love this park, bro. That's so cool. All right, you guys already know, phone eats first. So we got some brisket, some green beans, some cornbread. This meal was about $21, plus the drink was about like $4 or $5, and we had the employee discount, so not too bad. It's actually delicious. One of the best theme park meals I've ever had. And we were just talking, it's probably one of the best days we've ever had at a theme park. I absolutely love this park, and I'm having an amazing time, so thank you, Kings Dominion. All right, we're walking up to Dominator. This is pretty cool. I believe it's the fastest and tallest floorless coaster. It looks pretty big, actually, and that loop is like yellow. That's sick. I kind of like that. It's a little bit of a tacky color scheme, but like it looks cool. I like it. This ride did used to be at Geauga Lake, the old park that is in Ohio. It closed in, I believe, 2006 or 2007, and yeah, it should be fun to get on this. Let's check it out. I also just noticed the rails are like steel color. They don't have any paint on them. Kind of looks cool. All right, we're getting on Woodstock Express. This is the park's family wooden coaster. It was built by PTC. this coaster was actually opened with the park. Actually, this coaster opened 1 year before the park. The park opened in 1975, and this opened in 1974. They had like, I believe it was a wildlife exhibit on the construction site of this park. And so this coaster opened 1 year before the park did. So it's kind of weird, kind of a cool fact. And yeah, I think it's a clone of the one at Kings Island, so I've ridden it before, but let's get on it. I also just realized I don't think I even talked about Dominator. We did one ride in the front and then one in row 7, which is the second to back. The front was pretty fun, but I think the back was a little more forceful. It's a very smooth ride, maybe the most smooth roller coaster I've ever ridden, but it is a little rattly, like there is still a rattle. With that being said, I don't know that it was my favorite one. Like, it's fun, it just wasn't anything too special. I think I like Hydra the Revenge at Dorney Park and Medusa at Great Adventure a little bit more, but it's still a good ride. It's pretty fun. And I think I actually like Reptilian more. I think that's probably my number 3 in the park, and that's probably number 4 or 5. I think I might like Grizzly more than that. Yeah, I definitely like Grizzly more than that. So I think I probably don't like that as much as most people do, but it is still a fun ride. This ride does have buzz bars. Hopefully there's a little bit of airtime. Woodstock Express is a great kiddie coaster. There's like little pups at airtime, and it's a really good coaster for if you have little kids. So definitely check that out if you got some kids, or you just are like us and want to get the credits. And that was my 170th coaster, so it's kind of funny. And I feel like I'm starting to get up there. I feel like once you get to 200, you know, that's pretty good. This is the final credit we need to get today. 171 for me, and it's Great Pumpkin Coaster. Now, we do have this coaster at Kings Island as well. This is an E&F Miler kiddie coaster, but this one has a giant pumpkin. The one at Kings Island doesn't have that, so it's kind of cool. I get the exhilarating off-ride footage right through the Great Pumpkin. All right, we just got off a Great Pumpkin, just any other kiddie coaster. There's some nice like trees and a little better than other kiddie coasters because of the setting. And just like Lil Phantom at Kennywood, Ian didn't get on, so he's got to go by himself. He looks like he's having a great time. Bye, Ian. Hey, look at this weirdo riding the kiddie coaster all by himself. Yeah, I mean, we would never do that ride. We'd never ride it. And we just filmed a TikTok, so I'll put that in right here. Make sure you guys go follow me on TikTok, post funny stuff like that, and on Instagram too for some more exclusive content. If you guys are enjoying this, make sure you leave a like and subscribe for way more YouTube videos. Also, that does give us King's Dominion completion, so we have all the credits here. And I am sitting at 171 coasters now, so pretty cool. All right, we're just going to do some re-rides, but this bathroom over here right at the beginning of Jungle X was kind of gross. I'll put in a little video. The floor was like super dirty and it smells terrible in there, so I don't know if it's always like that, but just so you guys know, that bathroom might not be the nicest one. We're going for a little re-ride on Rapterra, and I don't know how well you can see, but there's like no line. It is a Monday today, and it's 6:06. The park closes at 8 today, but it's pretty dead right now, which is awesome. You know, I always love a good walk-on wait time. And oh, look at Pantherian, it looks so good. Okay, they're sending empty trains, so I think they're closing down. We're gonna go ride something else, then maybe come back to this later. All right, we're getting back on Pantherian. The front row line is really long, and I do want to try that, so we might try that a little later. But yeah, we're gonna do some more laps, then let you guys know how we feel about it. All right, so we're not supposed to film on the rides. My fault, King's Dominion. But we are stuck on the ride. We've been sitting on the brake run for a minute. They told the greeter to close the queue, and they're getting us water, so we might be out here for a minute. But yeah, we're towards the back, got 2 more rides, and it was really, really good. This ride definitely warmed up. It's so intense. It's so awesome, bro. I don't know if I like this or Fury more. I think I got to do this in the front, and then if I feel that sense of speed, I can probably see which one I like more. But this ride's definitely been a little bit unreliable because it's broken down multiple times today, so yeah. Also, here's our view right now. I mean, this ride is so pretty, bro. I love that. Look at this cutie.
5 minutes later.
All right, so they manually moved the train. It was going about 1 mile an hour. They just like put it up on there so they could clear the station block and then pull us in. They gave us free water. We were stuck out there on the brakes for like maybe like 15, 20 minutes, so not too bad. And we were talking to another enthusiast who works here, so he was pretty cool. Shout out to you if you end up watching this. We're pretty sure the train overshot, so we were sitting on the brake run, and then they kind of like were like moving our trains. I don't even know how they did this. I guess this just programmed into the ride. The train like pulled backwards, like reverse, and then it pulled forward a little more. So that was kind of cool. So definitely a weird experience. It might be cooked for the day now. It's 6:42, only about an hour and 20 minutes till the park closes, and we might have just got on the last train of the day. So I'm really glad we did get on it. It was definitely running faster, and it was awesome. So I would like to get on a front row ride. If not, I'll do it eventually. But no, yeah, since they're sending trains, looks like it might actually reopen today. Then that would be pretty cool. I really want to get a front row ride on this so I can compare it to Fury, but I think it could actually be better than Fury. I mean, where is it? That thing is so fast. And also, the employee we were talking to told us that he thinks the orange train runs faster. And now that I think about it, all our rides this morning were on the blue train, and that ride on the orange train was definitely faster. Not to mention it's definitely just warmed up. It's a hot day, so yeah, but orange train is probably faster. And that ride isn't super airtime focused. It's really about like speed and then like quick transitions, some laterals, but there is moments of airtime where you like flip to the side, like a little transition, and there also is some good airtime on it, so it's actually a really fun ride. I love that thing. And Reptilian's reopened, so I think we might go do that. And an employee told us that that happens on Pantherian about every single day. It is an Intamin, so you know, it's gonna be an amazing ride, but kind of plagued with some unreliability. So I feel like some of the transitions on that ride kind of feel like Maverick, but even more intense because they're faster. And there's some awesome moments of airtime on it as well. And also, like, a lot of the rides do not staple here. I've not been getting stapled on almost any ride, and on that, I got some insane airtime room, except for Twisted Timbers, like the only ride that's stapling. Oh, and also the trim brake on this one, Airtime Hill, I'll put it on screen, is so insane. Like, you're flying into it, and that trim brake slows you down a lot. The second half of the ride would probably be like, or the very end of the ride would probably be too intense if that trim brake wasn't there, but it definitely kills any airtime that's on that hill, but you know, it's all right. This quick transition at the end is still really, really good. Okay, Reptilian was too long again, but I also forgot to say we got 2 rides on Pantherian because we just stayed on. We got to do it twice, like towards the back, because no one was in our row. I feel like Pantherian, this is just another thought that I had, kind of feels like Maverick and Millennium Force mixed together. It's kind of like the speed and size of Millennium Force, but lower to the ground and quick transitions like Maverick, so it's honestly an awesome combo. Redoing Twisted Timbers. You can see some of the theming here. I think it's themed to like a haunted apple grove. I would take the time to read that, but my friends are leaving me, so I gotta go. This guy's just cutting the line right here. What is this? Shameful out here. All right, we just got off of 3 more rides on Twisted Timbers. Me and Ian did 1 in row 1, and then Will was in the back, and then there's nobody in like rows 2 and 3, so then we were in rows 2 and 3, and then they did the front and I did the back. I finally got airtime room on that, and it was so much better. RMCs with airtime room are like infinitely better than RMCs without airtime room. I think I still probably prefer Pantherian slightly. I think Pantherian's like one of the best coasters in the world. With that being said, this is also like one of the best coasters in the world. This is definitely in my top 10, I think. I might like that more than rides like El Toro and Maverick. That might be unpopular, but I just love the ejector airtime on it. I think it's so fun. That one Outer Bank I'll put it on is awesome, bro. It's really good. And the inversions are great. Like, that's such a fun ride. And pretty much any other park, that's going to be the best coaster in the park. So that just tells you how good that this park's 1-2 punch is. And the park closes in about 23 minutes, actually. So we got to go get over to Pantherian, get a few final rides in. Also, I posted something on my story up in the Eiffel Tower, and I put hashtag KD best day, and then tagged King's Dominion, picture of us up there, and then we just got posted on the story, which is kind of funny. I mean, I know they do that sometimes, what I was hoping for, and they have like 100,000 followers, and they're like advertising on their story right now. So now our goofy selves are on that story now, so that's pretty funny. All right, I guess we're not gonna see him singing, but bye mushrooms. All right, there's like 13 more minutes, and Pantherian is on 1 train ops, has a decently long line, so we're just gonna do last train of the night. And before we do that, we're gonna get a quick ride on Tumbili. This ride looks so cool right now. And yeah, we might as well get on it because, might as well, I don't know. And Reptilian is closed again. Seems a little unreliable. All right, we're doing last ride of the night with a couple of enthusiasts. Let's get on this. All right, we just got off of 4 rides on Pantherian. We were in the station, and there was a bunch of people in the front, so they let us do 4 laps, just stayed on, and the ride-ups were so cool. On the last train, they let us go around twice. Also ran into some enthusiasts.
Yo.
What was your name?
Amen.
And then how'd you like Pantherian? How was that?
This is the best ride here.
Yeah, easily. I think
Buzz bars on I-35 is insane.
they let us get so much airtime room. We were like staying in a. No, I honestly think that might be better than Voyage. I think it might be better than Wildcat's Revenge. It's definitely better than Fury now. That ride is so good. That was one of the most insane rides ever, and the vibes were great. So shout out to you, man. Have a good one.
You too.
I need to think on it for a second if it's better than Voyage. I mean, Voyage is a long ride, has some great airtime, but that thing is so intense. Like every ride, you're going on that first turn and you just like can't see. Like it's so crazy. And
Matt, I love you.
Oh yeah, shout out Matt. He was one of the ride operators there. He was so cool. He was the one that let us go around a second time. Final train came in, they were spieling about getting off, and he was like, 1 more time. And he let us go around a second time. He's a super cool dude, so we're gonna give him a guest compliment. So if you ever end up watching this match, shout out to you, bro. No, yeah, but we rode that with like the minimum, and it was so good. It was like standing airtime on the camelback, standing airtime on the drop. Bro, that ride is so insane. And it's so intense. The speed is awesome. It's smooth. That is what a Giga coaster should be. I think that's probably the best Giga coaster easily.
Bro, those whips with airtime room is insane.
Yeah, it's like
at
the
least
quick
I
like
put it-
side to side whip, and there's airtime in the middle, and it's insane. Like lateral airtime. You're literally like, whoa.
we had to put in the hash, and that was
Yeah, it was insane.
Oh my god.
We also did just have to get some merch for that right here in the store by Reptilian. I got this poster I'm gonna put on my wall, which is awesome. Awesome made to throw poster. It's usually $40, and I got it for $25 because the employee discount. And then you got that nano coaster, right? Hold on, look at this, guys. That is sick.
I got you.
Yeah, put that light on it.
Spotlight.
Awesome. No, but I'm literally so glad that ride opened before we came here. All summer I was thinking, like, it's gonna be a fun trip. We're gonna get to King's Dominion, get on Twisted Timbers, go to Six Flags America, but we weren't gonna get on Pantherian because it was closed like all year. Then randomly, like 6 days ago, it started testing. And I started to get really hyped. I was like, there's no way it's gonna open in time. And then it randomly opens one day. I get off of work and it's just open. So elite. It's so good, and I'm so glad we got on that. And this park is incredible. This park has great vibes. This was probably the best day to theme park I've had all year. There were so many enthusiasts here, probably because Pantherian just opened, but there were so many nice people that we talked to, and all the employees were awesome. Like, they were barely stapling. They were so friendly.
Including Matt, Matt,
Oh yeah, Matt's the goat. Shout out Matt. But if you've never been to this park, definitely come check it out.
I don't know what's going on. Like, I never hear anything about like King's Dominion. Like,
Yeah.
all I hear is like it's worse than like Carowinds, worse than King's Island. I think
This park is better than Carowinds. I don't know
I
what
think
you...
it's better than both, to be honest. I love King's Island. It's my home park.
Right.
I think King's Dominion is a better park. Overall.
No, yeah, this park, Kings Island probably has a slightly more consistent coaster lineup, but Twisted Timbers and Pantherian are a decent amount better than anything at Kings Island. I mean, Pantherian is miles better than anything at Kings Island in my opinion. And the vibes of this park are just incredible. I mean, the theming, the atmosphere, the trees, all the employees, how friendly everyone was. The food was great. This is one of my favorite parks for sure. I know that might not be the most common take, but I love this park. Like, it is so good. Will, how was your Kings Dominion experience?
It was pretty solid. I'll give it a 9 out of 10.
Yeah, it was so good.
It was really cool.
I got one critique right there. You see that? That's the basketball shots. I didn't see any MVP jerseys. I did not see Shea in there. We need to come on.
Yeah, big Thunder fan over here.
It's the black. Apparently, it's the black.
Oh, there's a snake in the park. It's Diamondback. I guess we're at Kings Island.
I was in Europe.
And you want to tell your story?
Okay, when I was riding Pantherian, it was like the first night ride, and going off the hill, he said that I literally was linked over in the seat.
Do you remember that at all?
No.
No, yeah. So we were going down that first, like the gray out turn. I look over at him. He's just like down in the seat. And then he wakes up. He's like, what?
That was crazy.
Well, that ride is so good. Yeah, but shout out Eamon. If you're watching this, I hope you are. You're a super cool dude, and that was really fun lapping Pantherian with you. So, heck yeah, bro. All right, real quick before we close out the video, I'm trying to see if they have any larges or extra larges in this shirt, because that's super cool. But they only have mediums and smalls. So we're looking at it, and this is the opening day
Yeah, where is
map, which was 50 years ago, which is pretty crazy.
That's Galaxy.
Oh, my glasses are all fogged up because we just walked out into the heat. But I did end up buying that shirt. The medium fit me, so I just ended up getting the medium. But oh my goodness, my glasses. But yeah, that is going to conclude our time here at King's Dominion. That was one of the best days I've had at a park, like I've been saying. That park is so good, great coaster collection. I love Pantherian, so I'm so glad I got on that. Also, we just talked to a few enthusiasts that were super cool, so shout out to them as well. Yeah, this park is just super nice, super fun. Definitely check it out. If you guys enjoyed this video or you found it entertaining or informative, make sure you leave a like and subscribe for future videos. And with that, everybody remember to stay positive, keep riding coasters, and I'll see you in the next one. Amusement Media out.